What God cannot do does not exist. What Errol cannot do does not exist. My name is Jemima, and I'm making this testimony from Abuja. On the 30th of October, my family and I were attacked in our homes. I and my mom were taken, were kidnapped. During this period of the attack, they had called my dad and requested for an amount, and they had said they were going to give my dad few hours, 24 hours, if not they were going to kill us. So, when we were with the kidnappers during this period, one of the kidnappers just wanted to kill. He was like, let's just kill these people because they've already paid us for organs. But you know what? I kept praying in my heart. I kept on believing in God that God would do something. And you know what? Where Pastor will always say, if you do not have faith, my faith will stand for you. So I held on to that faith. So few hours later, they had called my dad, and then they asked how much my dad was able to raise. So my dad told them the amount I was able to raise, and they said, oh, okay, by so time, by 8 p.m. my dad should bring the money. So by 8 they had called. My dad had called, pleading for more time, because at this time banks were closed. Who would even give you such amount of cash? So my dad had started going around trying to gather cash all around, and time was just against us. One of the leader was just like, let's just kill these people. Like, he just wanted to, it was just so triggered. I don't know why it was so triggered. So, I just had to touch my mom. And then I remember when Pastor will say, put your hands on the floor and say, oh earth, I will not be buried and I shall not bury.
Wherever you are, touch the ground. Can you declare, oh earth, you will not receive my body, all the bodies, all my loved ones, until I say so.
I held on to that faith. I kept on holding on to that prayer because I knew that was going to be my testimony, and I saw myself saying my testimony. They said by 11 my dad should bring the money. So past 11 we had already started wondering what was going on. Half of the group had gone ahead to where they would collect the money, and one of them was like, if the man misbehaves, just kill him there. So hours had passed. Now it's 12, no response. 1, no response. 2 a.m. no response. So half of the gang got a call, and that they should bring us close to where we meet up my dad to collect the money. So we started going there, and lo and behold, on getting there, we saw that the rest of the gang were acting so angry, so agitated, like, oh, so your father thinks he's smart. He thinks that, oh, he could outsmart us. We had agreed. He switched off his phone. We're like, switch off phone. Like, how can daddy switch off his phone? Like, how would daddy switch off his phone in this kind of situation? So immediately I'm like, no, his phone, he didn't switch off his phone. I'm sure his battery must have died. And one of them was like, okay, this is what's going to happen. We'll allow your mom go. Then the next morning we would call and tell her where to bring the money, because we're going to go with me. We're going to move into another new location. And since my mom could no longer work, because when we're crossing rivers, when we're crossing bushes, she would fall. So she almost became a liability to them. So we had started moving on, and about a few hours into moving into a different bush, all of a sudden they just stopped. And the guy who wanted to kill us, the guy who had said they had paid them for organs, just told me I should go and meet my mom. I'm like, wait, is this real? Like, is this a dream? Like, just like that. Already God has started, we have started praying for confusion. God should cause chaos in the midst of these people. God caused confusion, and he just told me to go. So God let us go without any ransom. These were the same people who wanted to kill. They were just eager. They just wanted to kill us, because it felt like that was what they wanted. And during this period was the period of our 10 minutes dance, and my friend who is on the fire altar, Blessing, she said during the first half of the dancing, she said it was so difficult, like dancing. Imagine you're dancing victory dance, knowing that you don't even know how it's going to work. She said during the other half it became easier because she knew it was going to be a Thanksgiving dance. I just want to thank God. I always knew I would say my testimony, but I never knew what that testimony would be like. I've been on the fire altar since January 2023, and ever since then my life has changed. I am a living testimony of God hears and God sees his children. Indeed, God shielded us. I just want to say thank you. Thank you to my friend, because she also wrote congratulations, Jemima and her mom have been released. I just want to thank Pastor Jerry, Pastor Ogoro, Pastor Okay, all NSPPDs. We they pray, they show what God cannot do does not exist. What error I cannot do does not exist.